Uh, Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the webinar on Adobe Captivate versus Articulate Storyline. So your facilitator for the day will be Sandhya. Before handing over to her, I'll just take you uh, through the Strandscape and a bit about Strandscape so that you can understand our services and offerings. Uh, Strandscape is an organizational development and transformation organization headquartered in Bangalore, India. So, we are a team of uh, psychologists, e-learning developers, uh, and trainers, certified trainers, and we help business create a positive environment at workplace. So these are our offerings. We have 9 different offerings. We offer behavioral training under three at all 3 levels, which will be uh, for leaders, managers, and also for individual contributors. We also offer certifications like this certification and ID certification, and we also have Adobe certification that is coming up, and we have competency mapping, which is one of our services. We also offer digital learning. We have in-house e-learning developers. We also offer executive coaching, image consulting, OD consulting, and psychometric assessments is one of our forte. We started with that. We have a number of psychometric assessments, and also we offer technical training. And we are in order to bring expertise, products, and deliver capability, we are partnered with different people. We are partnered with Everything Disc, 5 behaviors of a cohesive team. We are also partnered with Central Test, which is a French-based company. We are partnered with Skillsoft. We are also partnered with Axelos, DevOps Institute, and Alibaba Cloud. So now I'll hand over to Sandhya to take you through the webinar topic, which is Adobe Captivate versus Articulate Storyline. And we'll also be addressing your queries through chats. So I request everyone to be off mute, but do be active in chat, ask your questions, participate more, and we'll try to address everything. So I'll just hand it over to Sandhya.
Uh, Hi, welcome to webinar. This is Sandhya, today's presenter. So we'll start with the topic. Uh, the topic for today's webinar is Adobe Captivate versus Articulate Storyline. So before getting into the tools, we'll understand first what is e-learning. Is there anyone who has an idea what is e-learning? So the learning happens via electronic media, typically on the internet. Is called e-learning. Okay. Now I have 2 questions for all of you, which we have created through poll. I'll just launch the poll. You can read the questions and answer it. You can see the screen. Read out the questions and participate in the poll. First is, how many of you have taken e-learning course in the past 6 months? If you have taken, select yes. If not, no. And the second one is, how many of you are willing to take an e-learning course in the near future? Same case, if it is yes, then click on yes. If no, no. I'll just wait for 2 minutes for all the participants to participate in the poll, and then we'll continue. Okay, I could see some of them has participated in the poll. Uh, I'll I'm ending this poll. I'm just sharing the results with you. You can see most of them have taken e-learning course. Around 78% of them have taken the course, and 22% are not. And you can also see that there are 100% willingness to take a e-learning course in the near future. So I think everybody is interested in knowing the tools of e-learning and what is the e-learning industry. So in today's webinar, we'll discuss what is e-learning, what are the tools used for e-learning, and we'll see what is Adobe Captivate and Articulate Storyline. First, now that we have known that everybody is interested in e-learning, so we'll see what is the scope. There is a huge scope for e-learning in India, especially for youth. Today, with the changing times, basic education is right for every individual or a student, and it's known that in all the rural villages and cities, the computer is must nowadays in schools and colleges, which is helping several students to get exposure to primary levels of education. And you can see on the screen that there is estimated 7 million students taking their online courses by 2019, which means half of the students will take their courses through e-learning, which means by mobile or a computer. And according to some reports, uh, there is a, there is a revenue which is shown. The e-learning is creating a revenue of 56.2 billion, and it's predicted to be double by 2019 by the end of the year. And you can also see that the companies who adopt e-learning tools for the training, which is generating 26% of more revenue per employee. And in the recent times, IBM also stated that the companies which are using e-learning tools can boost their productivity up to 50%. So I think there is a huge scope for e-learning. Now we'll see what are the tools that we are using for uh, e-learning and to develop e-learning courses. Over the years, there is a lot of changes in development and content through different tools. First we know the e-learning tool is PPT. PPT is the one which we are very familiar to give presentations and seminars. And the second one is PDF, which mainly used for documentation. And the third one is iSpring Suite, which is an extension of PowerPoint, wherein you can create slide-based and scenario-based modules. And also you can create assessments with this. And also you can add audio to your slides using text to speech. And the fourth one is Camtasia, which is a video making tool that helps in creating video directly through screencasting and recording also. With this tool, you can edit the video or you can trim the video. There are many options that you can do with Camtasia. It is nothing but making a learning for student through video. And the next is Articulate and Captivate, which are rapid e-learning authoring tools with slight differences. We will see what are the differences in today's webinar. So we'll move on to the next slide. Who can learn these tools? I mean, is there any prerequisites to learn or any programming languages that you need to learn for learning these e-learning tools? I can say that there are no prerequisites to learn these tools. You can see on screen there are four different kind of people that can learn e-learning tools. which are into e-learning industry. First is instructional designers, where the individuals involved in storyboarding, and also the developers who wants to upgrade their skills. If someone has known Captivate well, if they wanted to go for Articulate, so they also can learn these softwares. It means that they are upgrading their skills through different tools of development. And the next one is content developers, who are good at developing content and wants to make their ILT content into e-learning modules. We could see most of the trainers will use PPT for training. So if they wanted to add any quizzes, or they wanted to make it effective to the listeners or the audience, they can directly convert their PowerPoint slides to e-learning module. So these content developers also can learn these e-learning tools. And also the graduates who are fresh out of college and wants to choose their career towards e-learning industry. As I mentioned, there is no prerequisites to learn C, C++, Java, or any coding language. It's just a tool or a software that anybody can learn. So there is no prerequisites to learn any e-learning tool. Now it's good that we have known what are the tools, and we have seen that who can learn these tools. Now we'll see what are the different job roles of an e-learning person can find their roles in the industry. First is obviously the e-learning developers who are developing a content with the tool. And the next is instructional designer, as I mentioned, who are involved in writing storyboard. And visual are the graphic designers. If somebody is good at Photoshop or Illustrator, if they are interested in showing the picture to learn or to make the students learn, they also can learn these e-learning tools, and they also can be a e-learning developers and the content developers also. So these are the 4 different job roles that you can see in an e-learning industry predominantly. I'll just stop for a minute. If you have come across any other job roles or any other terms that you heard in e-learning industry, you can mention it in a chat so that we can discuss. If I have not covered any of the job role, that you can type it in a chat. Okay. I think we have covered all the terms and all the job roles that e-learning industry will have. So now that we understood, we have got an idea of what is e-learning and what are the different tools, what is the market for e-learning. So now we'll move to the next slide. What is Adobe Captivate? We can see the people are more interested in developing e-learning modules with the tool. As from the poll results also, you can see that most of them are interested in e-learning and wants to go through e-learning module, e-learning development also. So we'll see what is Adobe Captivate now, which is a huge top term in e-learning. Adobe Captivate is an authoring tool used to create software demonstrations, software simulations, and branch scenarios, and also the randomized quizzes in small web formats, and also the HTML5 format. So basically the Captivate tool is a rapid e-learning development tool which is used for developing e-learning modules, which includes gamification also. This is a picture of Captivate workspace window. There are 6 different kinds of projects that you can select. We'll discuss later on in this webinar. This is a Captivate workspace window. We'll now look at to what are the key features of Adobe Captivate. First one is responsive design. An e-learning module can be developed for various platforms like PC, laptop, tablet, and mobile. I'll just show you a video so that you will get a better idea how it will work. As I shown you before, this is a Captivate workspace. There are 6 different projects available: responsive project, software simulation, video demo, from PowerPoint. As I mentioned that we can convert ILT content into e-learning module. This is the one. And from Adobe Captivate Draft. We'll discuss what is Captivate Draft also in a webinar. And Blank Project. It's a customized one where you can choose your own size of the slides and pictures also. I'll just play the video. See, the moment you click on the responsive project, you can see there are 3 different tabs that open for a size of the screen: PC, desktop, and mobile, tablet. You can see the variations in the screen size. The plus symbol will notify we can increase the size, or else with the slider also. You can change to whatever the unit you want, or else you can change your project name near the desktop. You can increase your slide size by dragging, or else you can go to properties and can change directly in the properties the device height and width. You can see the increased portion of the slide, wherein this will not be applicable for entire project, only this slide. You can see here. Only the particular slide we can increase the size of this slide, so that if you have any customized project, you can see. Now we'll see by inserting a character. This is how it's different from device to device. This is where you can change from top, like wherever the adjustments you wanted to be, you can change. You can move or change the placement of a character. You can click on align center horizontally on a slide, so that for every slide, every device, it will be in a center. So these are the responsive screens are. Now we'll see the next one. Second one is virtual reality, wherein you can create 360-degree projects, mainly helpful for demonstrating product or a service. These are. We'll look into a video to gain the perspective of how this feature will work. As I mentioned, there are 6 types of projects. Now we can click on virtual reality. You can see you can insert any image. This is the image of a house. With this feature, we can explain the house, where the living room is, and you can also insert tabs in between or the markers in between to explain to them that this is a sofa, this is a window, like that. This is a floor, so that you can give your house demo to the buyers. Let's see the video. This is how you can insert the hotspots. You can write what it is there. You can see the display text, display image. We can add whatever the hotspot that we required. We can also insert the questions in this, and we can ask the questions in between. We can see here what are the questions that we can add for hotspot in the same image. So basically it's a 360-degree image which can be used for demonstrating product or like this house. So this is how we can explain a house or a product through this feature. You can see, you can ask the questions, and you can see the results, the same image. So this is how the virtual reality will work. We move on to next feature. The third one is fluid boxes. These are mainly used for the responsive projects, which are in placement of object doesn't change according to the size of the slide. These where the fluid boxes will come into picture. Now that I'll show you a video so that you can understand better about this feature. We'll see. You can see the selection of there are two types, both the horizontal and the vertical fluid boxes. You can divide your screen into how many parts that your project requires, and can choose the number of fluid boxes, whether it's a horizontal or the vertical. You can see the selected fluid boxes. We'll try editing the properties, height or anything you can change in a properties, not only moving slides with the slider. See, these are some of the icons and the pictures that we inserted into oh, fluid boxes. Now we'll see how it changes from device to device, and how does how it's taken from device to device without changing by human. You can see there are many options available here: desktop, iPhone, iPhone Plus, iPhone X, iPad, and the Google Pixel, Galaxy phone also. So now we can uh, check how the placement will be when this project is actually published and taken through mobiles. You can see the change of objects according to the screen, without moving, without adjusting by us. So this is where the fluid boxes will come into picture. If you wanted to develop a project for number of devices, like say if your audience are taking your project through PC or mobile or maybe iPad something, so that you can choose this responsive project fluid boxes, so that the objects will remain constant, so that it can change according to the device. So it's always good to use responsive project fluid boxes when you have a multiple device audience. You can see how it's changing. If you wanted to change the size of the picture, you can change. And also any height you wanted to change or a width you wanted to change, you can change from a position tab, which is in properties tab. And this is a one more example that where you can change for an office perspective. So you can adjust to wherever you want. If you wanted to place the picture in a middle, you can change the properties. And also icons, if you don't want it to mix up properties, placement of an object, it's always better to go for fluid boxes when it comes to the placement of icons or any pictures, so that it will the size of device will take automatically. So this is all about fluid boxes. And now we'll see the other features. This is a PowerPoint to mobile learning. Through this, you can directly import your PPT slides to Captivate Workspace and can edit if you want any changes in the slide. See, as shown in the picture, there is a boxes 1, 2, 3. Those are the slides which we are imported from a PowerPoint. If you want those slides, you can keep this a tick mark. If you don't want, you can uncheck this tick mark, so that whatever the slides that you are doing a click mark, those only we can import into Captivate Workspace. And if you want, you can edit. If you want, you can edit. You can add any buttons, or if you want, you can edit. Keep any characters. Any changes that you wanted to do to make it into an e-learning module, that you can do with the Captivate Workspace. So this is all about this. This is mainly useful for ILT trainers, those who wants to make their PowerPoint presentations to e-learning content. So this is one of the features that Captivate has. The next one is video recording. As I shown you, there are the six types of projects in Captivate Workspace. So you can choose the video demo here, and you can go for a project. It is same like a PPT screen recording, but with a high quality. And also, mainly this video demo is used for a training purpose. For say, if the employees are new to organization, and if you wanted to explain your Gmail process or the Outlook process, you can go for a video demo, and you can do step by step in a video, and you can publish the same as a e-learning module. So this is mainly used for training purpose. And the last one is live device preview. As shown in the responsive screens video, live device preview is available in Captivate, so that you don't have to publish your project all the time to see the output in the responsive screens. Here what happens is you can see the output in a mobile directly in a Captivate Workspace, so that you don't have to publish every time your project and then run through your mobile all the time your project. So these are the different features that Adobe has. There are a lot of good features that Adobe Captivate has, but here we have highlighted only the main features, so that we'll get an idea how the Captivate is used in market and e-learning industry. So that I would like to take a pause for a minute. If you have any questions regarding Adobe Captivate tool or features, you can ask, or you can just put it on chat. We'll answer your questions. Okay, I can see a couple of answers. I think my team is answering through chat. If any questions left at the end, we'll discuss. Now that we have seen what is Adobe Captivate and what are the key features of Adobe Captivate. Now that we'll move to the other tool, Articulate Storyline. What is Articulate Storyline? Articulate Storyline is also a rapid authoring tool which provides an improved user interface and interactive learning platform. I can say that Articulate Storyline looks like PPT, which is a PowerPoint presentation tool, which we are very familiar, and extra features added to Articulate Storyline, with which you can build games, you can give a interactive learning, and also you can record the screen, you can import the PowerPoint as shown in the picture. This is a workspace of a storyline wherein you can select a new project, or you can record the screen, or you can directly import the PowerPoint slides, or any team slides that you wanted to import only particular slides, that also you can do. Okay, now we'll see what are the features of key features of Articulate Storyline. Okay, the first one is responsive layer. Unlike the Captivate, Articulate also has its own key features. The first one is responsive layer, which enables the designers to create the course which is compatible for all the various devices. Oh, I think it's better to see the video to understand this feature better. We'll see. This is a project which is already created. Now we'll see how the responsive layer will work in Articulate Storyline. This is the workspace how the Articulate Storyline will look like. You can see the more tabs: home, insert, slides, design, transition, animation, which is more or like PPT, right? We have seen the PPT before when we are as in we have a good knowledge about PowerPoint presentation. The Articulate also has the same user interface, so that it's easy to learn for beginners to learn with the Articulate Storyline, because this is the extension of PowerPoint presentation. Now we'll see how it is responding from device to device. Now click. You can see the different dif- you can see the different devices here: PC and phone, tab, and the phone in a portrait mode and the landscape mode also. The different devices to see the preview. See, after this you have to click on preview to see to see the output. See, this is the output of a project in tab, which is in a landscape mode. Sorry. Okay. This is the tab in a portrait mode. This is the mobile. You can observe the changes of a slide from device to device. You can see the placement of character, and also the shapes changing from device to device in a preview. You can see how the different slides are moving. you can change the device mode if you want. These are the main difference in responsive layers between Captivate and Adobe is here you can see the live device. I mean, so difference between the different devices. As in, this is a more pictorial view than Adobe. I can say both are the same when it comes to responsive layer feature. But the thing is, there you can change the size of the slide to required size of the device. But here you can actually preview the device project. So this is all about responsive layer feature. We'll go for the second feature, which is a closed captioning, which allows uploading a video, audio in the course with the closed captioning. This helps the learners with hearing impairment to access the course comfortably. Besides, the learners who don't prefer to listen to the audio and wants to access only the course in a noisy environment can read the closed captioning text. For suppose we have seen videos like where the audio is coming and also the subtitles. So you can add these subtitles in Articulate Storyline. There will be a feature called closed captioning, wherein you can write the subtitles and also the text. I mean to say, if you wanted to summarize one slide, you can just give one marker there, as I have shown in virtual reality, only the hotspot. You can directly insert that and you can write the text there. So in the same slide, you are giving a summary of a slide too. If you wanted to give any reference links, or if you wanted to give any reference videos, or if you wanted to give any notes, like for say, we'll listen the webinar for 1 hour, but we wanted to know only the key aspects of a webinar, so that you can, in the same way, you can give a key aspects of a slide or a video that you inserted on a slide, which is the closed captioning. And the next one is publishing only the selected slides. See, generally we will end up doing number of slides and scenes which is not required. So here we have an option that we can publish only the selected slides or the scenes. So I'll show you a video to understand this feature better. See, here you can see when it comes to publish, you can only select the selected slide or the scene, whichever is required for a project. Let's see how this works. See, when you publish, when you click on publish, the window will open, wherein you have to click on publish entire project. So you can click on that. A window will pop up with two options, three options actually, whether it's you wanted to publish an entire project or a single scene or a single slide. So you can select whichever the slide you want or the scene you want, and then click OK. Yeah, so there is a single slide selected. And you can select different slides from different scenes. Actually, here in this video, they have selected one slide from scene 1 and the other slide from scene 2. So you can select the different slides from different scenes. So click on publish. Your project will publish into HTML file. And you can see the number of options here. Articulate 360. If you wanted to publish directly to Articulate website, you can publish. Web. If you wanted to use it for your website or any online source, that you can publish. And the video. If you wanted to publish your project as a video, that you can do. And Articulate online. There is a website for Articulate so you can publish to that also. LMS, learning management system. If you wanted to publish to your LMS directly, that also you can do. Or else if you wanted to burn to your CD, that also can be possible with Articulate. And to a Word file also. So that's about publishing only the selected slides. Next, we'll move on to the next feature of Articulate Storyline. Next one is enhanced HTML5 output. I think most of the browsers nowadays, which is compatible for HTML output. So Articulate is quite good at giving HTML5 output. This is a fifth and current major version of HTML standard. And it's no surprise that Articulate 3 has revamped and rebuilt this HTML5 version, and which brings a smoothness in our project, smooth learning. It gives a smooth learning when it comes to project output. So Articulate gives us HTML5 output. As you can see the picture, when it comes to properties, you can see the format, only HTML5 it allows. So that's all about HTML5 output. And the last one is inbuilt characters. Articulate has its own library of characters and templates. This is how the characters will look alike. If you go for a trial version also, you will find these characters. So you can just download from Articulate library and you can use it. Okay. These are pretty much about features of Articulate Storyline. Now that we have seen what are the key features of both Adobe Captivate and Articulate Storyline. Now that we'll move to actual heading of our webinar, which is Adobe Captivate versus Articulate Storyline. So here I would like to take a pause for a minute. If you have any questions, we'll answer. Okay, we'll now see what are the differences, what are the unique features that Adobe Captivate and Articulate Storyline is giving. And now first we'll go with Adobe Captivate. Captivate Draft. Captivate Draft is a software which is an Adobe product, which is used to create the storyboard, wherein Articulate came up with Articulate Studio and Articulate Rise. Those are the additional tools of Articulate Storyline, which can be used for creating a storyboard through which you can develop through Captivate and Articulate. So you can also edit your PowerPoint slides, and also you can add, or else if you have a content and if you wanted to create a quick e-learning module, so that you can go for Articulate Rise. Articulate Rise is a cloud tool wherein you have inbuilt templates and the characters available in the same template, so that you just have to pick those templates and pick those selected slides for your ILT content and then publish as a e-learning module. And the second one is software simulations. There are 4 kinds of software simulations, like assessment, training, demo, and custom are available in Captivate, whereas Articulate doesn't provide anything in simulations. Instead, it provides a video editing. If you wanted to trim the video, or if you wanted to add the text, or if you wanted to add any music to your video, that you can do with Articulate Storyline. As I mentioned about publishing options, Adobe also has publishing options like SCORM, video, and HTML. And also the Adobe files will play in a Flash player also, which is the first version of Adobe Captivate. And the Articulate, as I mentioned, there are a number of publishing options. You can publish to CD, DVD, and and in the formats like video and HTML5. And the next one is buttons and learning interactions. Adobe has the buttons and the learning interactions, wherein you can use the drag and drop, match the following options, single, true or false. There are different kinds of quizzings available in Adobe Captivate, and also the Articulate storyline. Articulate has, apart from buttons and learning interactions, Articulate has triggers, sliders, and also it has a feature called feature which is easy to translate from languages. You can translate from English to whatever the language that you required in an e-learning module. That's a new feature that has Articulate come up with. And the next one is access to 25,000 assets library. If you have a Adobe Captivate license, Adobe Captivate will give license to access to 25,000 assets library, which is from a e-learning brothers website. So if you have a licensed version of Adobe Captivate, you can have access to all those assets, wherein which contains characters, inbuilt templates, and also the scenario based scenes. And the characters will differ from one to one. If you wanted a business characters or a casual or a safety, so you can get it freely from there. Well, Articulate has inbuilt characters. If you have a Articulate storyline access or a licensed version, you can have access from e-learning heroes, which is also giving a same good number of templates and characters. As I mentioned, Adobe has video recording, which can be used for training of your services, whereas the Articulate has mobile app, which is wherein you can publish your you can see your project output through mobile app. The mobile app called Articulate. You can view any of your Articulate projects through this app. And the Adobe Captivate provides a 30-day trial, and Articulate Storyline provides a 60-day trial. So this is all about Adobe Captivate and Articulate Storyline, wherein the Captivate is only the standalone tool without any supporting tools. But the Articulate has collaborative tools which you can use in development of your projects. So now we'll see, now that we have understood what is Adobe Captivate and Articulate storyline. So now you have become familiar with e-learning. I hope you have got some idea about e-learning. So now that we'll see what is the average package of an e-learning developer. The average salary of an e-learning developer is around $57, and you can see the growth. It's increasing day by day. So this is all about average packages of e-learning developer. And Svendscape is providing a certification course on rapid e-learning development using Adobe Captivate. So we have a couple of things in this certification course. We'll provide 20 hours of live sessions and 90 minutes of interactive assessments and 6 months of LMS access for all the assessments and the content that we used for training, and also 1 hour coaching, one-to-one. If you have any doubts, you can clarify with us, and 40 hours of guided project. End of the certification, end of the classes, you will be assigned a project wherein you will be given a project and you have to work on a project with the guidance from Svendscape and also the certification from us. There will be 10 modules. Each module will have its own assessment. So these are the different different kinds that we are providing in certification course. And the course details are, our first batch is starting from 9th March, The actual cost is 19,500, but we are running an offer, 16,500 rupees. You can use your coupon code, which is Adobe offer. You can now see the uh, link on the slide. You can join directly from the link. So that's all. Ending of a webinar. If you have any questions, you can just type it in a chat, or so that we'll try to answer. So I thank everyone for being patient listeners. I can see some one question that it's easy to create a quiz drop match the following, or click a hotspot image such as a drag in both tiles, or which one is better. uh, I can say you can create drag and drop options from both the tools. You can do drag and drop, or you can do any quizzing that the formats available, or if you want, you can write the coding next if you want your customized questions. So I hope I answered your question. It's available in both the tools, the drag and drop interactions and the quizzing also. I could see one question that are you providing any certificate for this webinar? We are sorry that we are not providing a certificate for webinar, but yes, we'll provide certificate if you take the course from us. Someone is asking details email. You can write to our email, contact@swenscape.com. If you have any queries, you can write to this email. If you have any queries, or if you wanted to get into phone call, 974-179-4 974. I will yeah, the webinar recording will be available in our website. You can check in our website. All the participants will get a webinar recorded link, so you can see the webinar there. We are open for questions. If you have any questions, you can ask. We still have 5 more minutes. Okay, thank you all for your patience participation. We are ending this webinar.